Hello, and happy Tuesday. Tuesday as in Tuesday. So, for those of you who don't know, today is the 2nd of February, the 22nd of February 2022, and if you type that in British slang, the way they type their calendars, it's actually palindrome, right? It's the day 2202, and then it's 2022. So it's both frontwards and backwards, 22022022, and it's a Tuesday. So happy Tuesday. And I'm walking to the post office because that video I made a few days ago where I said weapons, makeshift weapons, and I had a shovel. Someone told me about this sweet shovel that the Special Forces, like the Green Beret equivalent of Russia, they have this little shovel which is like, you know, for digging, but also for as a weapon, right? It's very sharp around the entire edge, basically, and it's like a machete and a hatchet all in one. And I'm like, oh, I really need one of these things. I'm like, well, I need a couple of them, and I gotta carry them all. And it's like, this thing's gonna cover it all, man. So anyways, I'm walking to the post office to go pick that up, and then I'll show you it. Okay, time for the unboxing. It was fit all in my backpack, right? It's a pretty big 65-liter backpack. And let's pull the box out. Look how long this box is, and it all fit in the bag. So, I'll tell you a secret, I did actually already unbox it. I just had to show my friends. So you're getting the second unboxing. Nice. Right? So this is a shovel that a person in the army would use, right? I think I told you in the earlier section that this is used by the Special Forces group, similar to the Green Beret in the Russian, basically the Russian equivalent of that. This one came with a sheath. They don't all come with a sheath, but this is a really nice high quality sheath that has a strap which will fit right on my belt, or strap it to anything, right? I can strap it to the side of my bike or the side of my bag. And then there it is, right? Awesome. So this is a super hardy thing. You can look this up. It's called it's the Cold Steel. I think it's the Cold Steel Special Forces shovel, something like that. So just look that up, and you're gonna find lots of videos on this thing, and you go, oh my gosh, that thing really is really sturdy, right? This wood here is like hardwood. This ain't gonna break, and this metal is like even thicker than what they used traditionally. So and people did a whole kinds of crazy stuff to this thing, and it basically in the videos, and it basically held its luster, right? It took a lot to even damage this thing even a tiny little bit. So anyways, you can use it as a shovel, which will be useful for lots of things, especially for me, since I'm going to be trying to bring out a spring that I found and kind of dig up sections and try and get it to be a little bit of a stream and start planting things around it. So I'm going to be using this for that, and also I'll be able to use it as a machete, right? So chopping off branches or things that are in my way. Also, I can use it as an axe, right? You can chop wood with this thing, right? Not like super hefty wood, but you can chop wood. So anyways, you'll be seeing this more in upcoming videos, and I figured let's just do a few tests and see how it works. Okay, let's try chopping a few different sizes of wood. Right. There's a little bit bigger one. Let's see how this does. Different type of wood. Yeah, pretty thick. So that would mean I wouldn't need my saw, right? My little hand saw. This would save me weight. This is a hardwood of some kind, a little bit thicker. This one's probably gonna be a little bit harder. Nope. All right. What about this one? I don't think we're going anywhere with this one, but let's just see what happens. It sings. Anyways, we did a little bit of damage. Let's see. Nope. No damage. There's nothing there. So, anyways, let's try digging. So we're gonna dig right here. Last time I was digging around this spot, I found a tube of ivermectin, right? But it was like 20 or something years old from the people who had owned this before they had horses. Anyways, let's dig. Look at that. Man, that's like as good as a real shovel, you know? So that's the basics of this thing. You know, you can see that if I can chop wood like that, I can use it as a machete out, you know, on stranding branches and things like that. And it could definitely be used as a weapon. So what I'm wondering if I should keep it like this, but it also has screws so you can remove the top of it and put it on a different pole. And so I already have my walking staff, which is just a big long, almost, I think what, it's almost 6 feet, about 6 feet tall. And you know, I was thinking maybe I should put it on here, right, on my staff, so it looked kind of like this. And basically that is actually a traditional way that, like a traditional martial arts weapon is the, I think they call it the Shaolin spade or the Shaolin monk spade or something like that. So originally when they were developing these martial arts, they just had to use the tools that they had as farmers to learn skills and to ward off invaders who were coming to take their rice and food and stuff like that. So that's how the Xiaolong, I can't say it. You know what I mean, Shaolin monks. So that's how that all developed, and one of the weapons they developed was, and actually eventually ended up being like this really traditional, almost ceremonial like weapon with a spade shaped end and then like a crescent little thing on the bottom end. And but it started off as just someone's shovel, right? And so like in the end state, in that ceremonial state, you wouldn't ever use it for digging, right? It's not even built to be made, it's just a weapon. But in the beginning stages, it was just a tool, and it went through a progression. So anyways, I think that's cool, and I'm wondering if maybe I should put this on here. I think it would look really cool. I could also decorate the case in some ways. I'm not really sure what I would do, but then it would be kind of like that ceremonial, and it would make it easier. The benefit of that is it would make it really easy to use as a traditional shovel, right, with a long pole without needing to get down on the legs. And this thing does have a footstep right on both sides, so it could be stepped on to put weight on it to help with digging. And that's what I'm going to be doing most of the time, and that seems pretty good. So basically it's a weapon. If I need it, I just rip off the sheath and I'm ready to go, and you're not going to want to mess with me. And or, you know, I can just dig. And it does seem like those might be the only two things, but then the problem with putting it on the staff is it's harder to use it as an axe and as a machete. And I don't know, it just depends on how much I would be using it. It does seem like that would be a pretty important functionality, and you know, it's just not going to be able to be accurate enough when it's at the end of a long pole. So anyways, these are things to think about. Also, if I do put it on the top of here, then I would want to put something on the bottom, and I'm curious what you guys think I should put on the bottom of the staff, right? I'm thinking something, you know how like walking canes and stuff like that, or trekking poles, they kind of have a little bit of a point with a very fine metal edge there, which can catch on rock and all kinds of different things, so it's easier to walk with, but also so that it could be used as a spear type situation, or even, you know, for like getting a fish with it or something like that. So if you guys already know of some cool stuff like that, or you got some ideas for something that I could probably build, let me know. So anyways, that's the shovel. Special Forces, cold steel, awesome. Oh yeah, did I tell you how much I think it's like 25 bucks for the shovel itself, right? 25 bucks. And then the sheath itself is around 15, so you're probably gonna pay around 40, 45. And I got this one on eBay, so they came together. So anyways, you'll be seeing this in upcoming videos. Let me know what you think about the staff, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please consider sharing it. If you'd like to help me out in a more substantial way, you can learn how to do so at cahlen.org/gift. And if you'd like to have a one-on-one conversation with me, whether publicly or privately, you can learn how to do so at cahlen.org/one-on-one. Thanks again for watching.